So what's good? What's good? What's good? Y'all know the tune. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how it goes down. It's me, your boy Trey, and this is E2G Sports Networks presents. Y'all know First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall a little with us this morning as we get to it. Talking about some of the sports topics, of course, the sports as we know it. Not always all inclusive, but we tend to stray a little away from our usual here and there. But of course, it's a beautiful day. If my counterpart was here right now, you know what he would say. It's hump day. This is Wednesday, middle of the week. I hope y'all's day is going exquisitely great. Y'all week is in full swing. Uh, you wait for the weekend only because you want that break, not because you need it. It's a beautiful morning. So what's good with y'all? Come on, fall in, get with it, get to the formation. Uh, Interesting topics today. Uh, Not necessarily all about just the sports as we usually know it. Just some conversation, some topics. I tend to get away from that here and there. Um, just come on in. We'll get to talking about it, of course. We know the MLB, Major League Baseball's World Series championship, the the series that they paid to determine who is the year's best team is due to start on the 28th of October, right around the corner. That's Friday. Houston Astros, fourth out of six seasons in the last 6 years. They're there. Philadelphia Phillies, Philly stand up. They're there. So who do y'all got? What is going? Who is it going down on starting Friday? Are you rocking with the Phillies? You rocking with the Astros? Or you just be like me, and no skin in the game? Unfortunately, had an opportunity. I should be saying Houston and LA back again, unfinished business. But that's not the case. But I understand that I come from a long line of historic and other great representations from the state of California: Dodgers, Lakers, Los Angeles Kings, USC Trojans. And I've realized I've been spoiled as I came up in life and even as an adult. So I just have to quell my emotions and my support of my teams and recognize like we can't win them all. Can't win them all, Trey. I'm cool with that. So uh, we'll just go ahead and wait until our team becomes we get back to that promised land again. Don't want to wait too long though. Let's get it. What's going on, sis? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's eight Miss Intrepid. How you doing, sis? Glad to have your information with me this morning. Hope your day is going exquisitely well. Nothing but good vibes. So, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather a little bit. Starting to get a little nippy around these parts. Where we at? Where we at? Let's get to it. So, of course, what's good, Leslie? How you doing, brother? Glad to have your information with us this morning. I wonder, Leslie, will your Orlando Magic get the win before my Lakers do? Currently, three teams still without a W on the year. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Oh, it's going to be fabulous. Can't be no other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. Create that energy. Um, So yeah, like I was saying, Stoves. I wonder will the Orlando Magic or even the Sacramento Kings get that first win before the Los Angeles Lakers? Uh, it's possible. All of them, I think, all of them played tonight for the most part. At least two of them, two of the three played tonight. I definitely know that. So maybe we have to quell it as this week, where we see if the Lakers, because Orlando plays tonight, the Lakers play tonight. I don't think Sacramento plays tonight, but of course we account it as if when Sacramento does play the next time, to see if they get that W. If the Lakers or Orlando get it tonight, but we'll get to that shortly, momentarily. Of course, I would expect you to say yes, Stoves. I expect that. That's your squad. I expect you to say that. Only one of it could be true. I mean, or they probably both get the W tonight. I don't know, but they both do play tonight. Um, of course, quick PSA: if you are in or around the New Orleans area during the 14th, correction, the 12th of November, hey, feel free to take in a game, as you know the Houston Rockets will be in town playing the New Orleans Pelicans. I plan to be in the building as the Fort Polk varsity basketball team will be playing an exhibition game before the Pelicans game on the 14th. I mean on the 12th versus the Beaumont Panthers. So of course tap into that. I plan to be there, of course, and I don't know, might do a live stream there and sit up and get some buzz. I don't know, never know who you may see. So you know, what I'm saying, please, if you, of course, if you're in that area, tap in, hit me up, send you the link so you can get the tickets, so you can be present for both games. You might be able to chill for the weekend. Never know. Hit your bro up, and I can sit up and I can get you be your connect for that. Fort Polk varsity basketball, Beaumont Panthers, Houston Rockets, New Orleans Pelicans, Military Appreciation Night, November the 12th. That's a Saturday. The day before 2 days before Black Panther Wakanda Forever comes out. That's a whole entertainment lace weekend. Let's get it. I plan to go check out the movie. I already went and got my tickets. Pull up. But back to what I was saying. All right, I see you. Shows, of course. I got a game tonight that I have to be over for flag football. So I probably, of course, I'll be able to catch the Laker game. Um, well, maybe after I catch Sisters, but that's another story. Any case, continuing with the topics. Like I said, NBA. We had NBA. We were here with the NBA first and foremost, in which they a couple of games last night, four to be total, in which we talked about. We did discuss briefly yesterday myself, Bishop and Ron, in which we made predictions. In the four games, I oh yes, I did get. Oh no, I did not get. Ah, I didn't get any of them right yesterday. 1 second, please. Sorry, had to answer a work text. But yeah, so four games last night. I didn't do too well in picking them, choosing them. I don't think. Even I got none less right or one right. But in any case, I'm not dialed in on basketball yet. I, with my picks, it seems like I'm not dialing in on football yet either. But I am making my way. But of course, like I said, staying within the NBA, the Detroit Pistons faced off against the the Washington Wizards as they play the host for the game that night. Um, Pistons took the L, 21-point deficit, 21-point loss as Washington Wizards was victorious 120-99. Washington moves to 3-1 on the year. Detroit drops to 1-3. The Pistons in their losing efforts led by forward Bojan Bogdanovic, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists from Cade Cunningham, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists from Jaden Ivey, the rookie sensation that they have. Iowa Stewart contributed with a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist from Sadiq Bey, 7 points from Dalu, 6 from Duran, Livers contributed 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kevin Knox, 2 points, and Corey Joseph, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. The Wizards, led by Kyle Kuzma, doing work in the DMV. Kyle Kuzma, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists from Kristaps Porzingis, 16 points, 2 assists for 16 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists from Will Barton. 9 points apiece from Danny Avidazu and Monte Morris, as well as Daniel Gifford. 5 points from Dayline Wright. Bradley Beal contribute 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. As in the totality, the Wizards get it done, like I said, with the 120-99 victory. Of course, the Pelicans played host to the Dallas Mavericks, in which I believe I did say the Mavericks was going to be victorious due to the fact that the Pelicans were without their 2 stars in Zion Williamson, as well as without Zion, as well as Brandon Ingram. 8-man rotation, 9-man rotation last night. Kind of short, but in any case, it didn't make a difference. The Pelicans get the win, moving to 3-1 of the year, 113-111. Dallas drops to 1-2 for the year. I seen that. They got it taken care of. Kuzma, I'm not gonna say Kuzma's back necessarily. Oh no, we don't. No, we don't want him back. He's good where he is. Go ahead and groom where he is. I didn't catch it, but we're gonna talk about it in a second. I did get a little bit of some of the things that are going on, which of course we're gonna get to that momentarily. But like I said, the Mavericks did take the L. Of course, they was led by Lukas Doncic, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 23.6 rebounds from Christian Wood, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists from Spencer Dinwiddie. That was the most of the heavy lifting. What's good, Eric? How glad to see you in formation with us this morning, brother. Glad to have you here. Reggie Bullock, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 points, 4 rebounds from Dorian Finney. JaVale McGee, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Maxi Kleber, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Not much other. I mean, I guess you can call it their big 3. Not necessarily a big 3, but their big 3. Luka Doncic, Christian Wood, and Spencer Dinwiddie, 24, 20, 37, and 23. But the Pelicans, every one of their players, except for one, double figures. That's 8 players out of a 9-man rotation all hit double figures as they all come to the aid of their teammates that weren't present. They went ahead and took care of business. The Pelicans, led by Trey Murphy III's 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. 13 points apiece from Jonas Valanciunas and Jose Alvarado. 14 points apiece for Devontae Graham and CJ McCollum. 15 points from Najee Marshall, 11 points apiece from Larry Nance Jr. as well as Dyson Daniels. Um, they basically came and took care of business. No Williamson, no Ingram, no problem, obviously. Of course, you want that for a squad. You know what, Sobes? That's a good question. So, in my opinion, if it doesn't happen early in his career, as we know, what he's been in 3 years, 4 years now, or going 5 years, something like that. I think he just did an extension, so he's at 4. Um, if it doesn't happen within the next 3 or 4 years, I don't think it's going to happen because, of course, as you come in and you get more talent, I'm not going to say necessarily better talent, but you get more talent, and it starts to open the, fill the pool, and he's just going to become one of those players that was a great player that wasn't able to receive the award. Unless he probably gets on the team and a team or someone gets brung in to where they can help him to where he continues to get those wins and does wait. And so, question: when we talk about, as you heard Stoves ask the question, do you think Luka will ever get MVP? Do you think winning is taken into consideration when you're supposedly the MVP? Is winning a factor, or does it become a supplement? Winning the factor, or is it your individual accolades and performance, or is winning considered one of those factors? I just thought about that. Let me know what y'all think. Hit me off in the comments uh, on whether you think winning is a factor into MVP or even Hall of Fame, like all that. With those accolades, certain accolades, is winning a factor in that sense. As I continue on, uh, another game last night, Clippers and the Thunder, another game in which their top player was not on the court, as Kawhi Leonard sat out last night due to a little bit of knee soreness. Of course, he sat out, and the Clippers were not able to get the win, losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder 108-94. The Thunder, their first win on the season, now 1-3. Clippers fall to 2-2 in their season. Clippers was led by a 15-point, 4 rebound, 2 assists effort by Luke Kennard, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for John Wall, 10 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists from Ezekiel Zubac, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Norman Powell. Reggie Jackson contributed with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Amir Coffey, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Robert Covington, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And Brandon Boston Jr., 6 points. As I see how comments, I get to them. I'll see them. I get right back to them. The Thunder, in their winning effort, Shea Gillis Alexander, 33 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Great. 25, 4 points to 4 assists from Trey Mann. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Aaron Wiggins, 10 points from Kendrick Williams, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. 7 points from Darius Basley. Mike Muscala, 8 points and 10 rebounds. I don't think that I don't think Giddy played last night. Of course, we know Holmgren isn't playing due to he's out the whole year. So a get concerted effort, all around game from the Oklahoma City Thunder as they took care of business last night, getting the win over the Clippers 108-94. Now, getting to these comments, of course, Leslie Stoll says winning is definitely a factor. Andre Fennell, what's up, Frack? Good morning, guys. To information, he states is most definitely a factor. MVP is the player who makes their team better and can produce wins. John Wall still got it, as Leslie says, in reference to the Clippers game. So going back to your comments or that thought. So I get y'all. I get what y'all saying. So to play anti-advocate, what is the MVP determined off of? Is it determined off of my ability to dominate the game? And in dominate the game, does that factor into what we talk about is the wins? Like if I'm dominating the game, I'm dominating the game, right? Does that mean that, in which of course it could be probably what you're saying is probably still prevalent because just last year, a couple of years ago, LeBron James dominated the game. He didn't win the MVP, um, but he was a dominant factor, especially at his age. So it goes in play. So is it safe to say that the MVP also covets the player building his team and working his team and putting his team in position to get wins, or or is it just a factor of how dominant I am, the most valuable player in the league, being that without me, my team would be atrocious, or is it just based on because some people could be dominant, but their team's not that good. There's not too many teams in which I've known over the years to where one player has held the team to where they're successful throughout the year. Or even if they did or remotely were close to it, it fizzles out when you get to postseasons or closer to the end of the year. We've seen plenty of times where DeMar DeRozan came out hot, MVP in the conversation, the MVP, ready to go. And by the turn of the year, he fizzles out. So said the team won't win without Luka. Uh, they proved differently last year, but of course they had different players as well. Will this current team win without Luka? I don't know. Currently they're 1-2, and Luka's been on the court the whole time. So I don't know yet, Stoves. Overall, maybe not. I mean, of course, Luka is one of those players where you wouldn't want to see go somewhere else unless you're cheering for that particular team. So I guess it remains to be seen. But for the most part, I think you can say over the course of a season, the Mavericks probably wouldn't be too productive without Luka, or maybe they will. Sometimes you have to remove a certain piece, and that piece and then it generates wins in state, in which we're going to actually get to in a little bit in reference to a particular team in which a player is likely supposed to be out. Um, of course, the last game that was slated last night, the the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns, as the Warriors now 2-2 on the year, 500 team after coming off a victorious 2021-22 season, getting the rings, picking up the trophy, raising the banner. It's a new year. What's good, Marcus? Good morning, brother. Glad to have you in formation this morning. But raising the banner, it's a brand new year, and the Warriors are off to a 500 start. Clippers 3-1 on the season. That means there are 750 on the year, and they got to it with a humongous victory, 29-point drubbing. Ring the alarm. Phoenix Suns 134. Golden State Warriors 105. Plenty of fireworks in the game. The Warriors led by, correction, let me start here. The Suns led by Devin Booker's 34 points, 22 rebounds, 7 assists, 16 points apiece from Jock Lindell and Mikal Bridges. Mikal's 2 rebounds, 4 assists. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, I'm sorry. Locke, 7 rebounds. 16 points apiece from Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre double-double, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. Chris Paul, 16.7 rebounds, 9 assists. Landry Shamet, Damon Lee, Cameron Payne, and Corey Torrey all contribute with 5 points, 2 points, 8 points, and 8 points. Even Josh Okogie got in with 2 to give 2 points. Cameron Johnson, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. As the Suns were victorious. And we're going to get to that in a second. Stoves, give me a second. The Suns, led by a 24-1 point effort from Steph Curry, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists from Jordan Poole, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists from Andre Wiggins, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, Draymond Green, Kevin Looney, the center in the middle, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 points, 3 rebounds from Kuminga, Moses Mooney, 13 points, 3 rebounds, Wiseman, 12 points, 3 rebounds, JaMychal, 3 rebounds, and the man of the hour, Klay Thompson, 19 minutes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Correction, 2 points, 2 assists, as he was put in lockdown status last night. Him and his opponent, Devin Booker, basically were guarding each other. Now, Klay played 19 minutes, and in those 19 minutes, he ain't do anything. Devin Booker, as I before mentioned, played 35 minutes. We can presume that he did that some of those he played a heavy amount of minutes, but he dropped 34 points. He was working Klay over. He had Klay on lockdown last night. Klay wasn't able when Devin Booker was on him, he wasn't able to play. Of course, all night, as you know, as Stoles was talking about Klay getting kicked out the game, he did get kicked out the game. I'll get to your comment in a second. Andre. So with Klay last night, he did get kicked out. Basically receiving his first ejection of his career, spanning over the course of 759 games. Klay went 759 games before he got ejected. Not to say he's never got a technical, but he went 759 games before getting ejected. In the first tech, he basically was chirping back and forth previously with Devin Booker, talking about, I got 4 rings, I got 4 rings, I got 4 rings, which I'd see no lies. But of course, it started to get a little chippy. Uh, they got in each other's face. A chest bump ensued, and both Klay and Booker were hit with a T, a double technical. So Klay Thompson walks off, still chirping and talking. Um, Devin Booker's teammate, Mikal Bridges, bumps into, crosses the paths with Klay Thompson at that particular time. Klay Thompson decides to give him a little shove. Of course, in that, they were both teched up, but that was Klay Thompson's second tech, in which ensues a toss out or ejection. Klay Thompson was ejected and continued to talk. Here we go with the light skinned dudes talk. So Klay Thompson was ejected. Even though he was ejected, he continued to wave and talk and speak about how they were basically they got 4 rings, or he has 4 rings. In totality, 7 techs were assessed in the night, which ties the record for the most technical assessments in the quarter over the last 25 years. So obviously, pretty chippy game. But of course, it sounds like it was just some people in their feelings because they was getting smashed. Like I said, 134 to 105, the victory for the Suns. Both teams still have winning record, quote unquote. It's only 4 games into the season. Klay Thompson gets his first toss out. What's Shaq? I think Shaq said when he was younger, he had too much respect for the older players. He started winning once he let them. So even so, yes, correct. Same for Booker. Booker said that he greatly respects Klay Thompson. He said it, and he's like, he even said, just like we was talking about, true facts. He has 4 rings. No, I see no lies. You know what I'm saying? He was telling the truth, but he said he's not going to back down. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to play his game, but he stated that he respects Klay Thompson. He said he looked up to him. He respects his game. He likes his game. There's no love lost. It's just competition. So, you know what I'm saying? Said the same thing. Going back to Andre Farrell's question and to talk about his opinion, the MVP is the best of all over round player. They play makes their team makes better. You can dominate all you want, but if your team is trash, what are you bringing to the table? And I think that's the Reddit for the most part punchline for because like you said, you gotta make it happen. You got to make it happen. Um, and if you can't make it happen for your squad, but you getting all the accolades, and maybe it is frowned upon. So I got y'all statement. Greatly appreciate your comments to keep the show moving along, going along. So I know Anthony Price is probably out there, and he's going to say something when I get to talking about this next. Of course, a slate of I think 8 games tonight. Let me make sure. Check my math. Correction, 10 games. A total of 10 games tonight uh, for the NBA slate. The Orlando Magic will be traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. They got their game tonight. Uh, the Atlanta Hawks will be in Detroit, pulling up as they face the Detroit Pistons for their in the game tonight. The Brooklyn Nets will be in Milwaukee as Milwaukee gives them another loss tonight. The Charlotte Hornets being hosted by the New York Knicks tonight. That's the game. The Philadelphia 76ers will travel to Toronto to play the Raptors in the six. Roku's, you know what it is. So that's the game tonight. The Chicago Bulls will be hosting the Indiana Pacers tonight. Minnesota Timberwolves will be doing their best to give the San Antonio Spurs another L on the Timberwolves home court tonight. The Houston Rockets will take that young core into Utah to see what they can do to hand out their versions of losses tonight. Portland Trailblazers, the only undefeated team in the NBA, will be hosting the Miami Heat. Jimmy Buckets, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, all in the building tonight as to see how that's going down. Of course, last but not least, the Los Angeles Lakers will be traveling to the Denver's Nuggets Stadium Arena to face off against the Nuggets with the later of the games tonight. That being, of course, well, the Heat and Lakers, Trailblazers, Nuggets uh, play all tonight at 9 o'clock. So he going to get the W. I don't know, Sauce. I mean, I don't know, Leslie. They might. Well, they might. I don't know. Is if they don't let it get too Dame and them don't get too big headed. But I mean, it's an undefeated record. It's a long season. They're only 4-0. I'm 4-0, so it might happen. But like I was getting ready to say, right, in which I know Anthony's going to say something. So the Lakers, of course, are one of 3 teams that have not notched a win this season. The other 2 teams being the Sacramento Kings as well as the Orlando Magic. So as we said earlier in the segment. So that with that being said, their forward/center Anthony Davis has came on and stated that the team needs to remain even keeled in the midst of this 0-3 start. They need to remain even keeled and kind of like keep their scruples about themselves. It's not the end of the world. However, you don't want to fall too far behind and have to dig yourself out of a hole. Of course, last year the Lakers only won 33 games for the course of the season. And in them 33 games, they did have a couple of times in which they weren't, they didn't do too well when it came to streaks. They did string together a streak of 8 games, but of course, that didn't work. They currently are the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. However, they are the third best In defense, when it comes to points per possession, which they're third behind the Milwaukee Bucks and the Dallas Mavericks, as well as they're the number one team in steals. So we always say Memphis defense wins ball games, wins championships. At this point, the Lakers are a defensive, I ain't gonna say juggernaut yet. That's a loose term, but they're pretty good defensively. They have trouble offensively for the most part, in which, as we discussed a little yesterday, in which I said I don't believe that Russell Westbrook is the reason for the Lakers' losses. However, if Russ is on the court for an expeditious amount of time, you have to take that into consideration if he's not making shots. Um, Currently, Russell Westbrook may have to sit out tonight's game based on the fact that he's been dealing with a hamstring injury, so he may have to sit out tonight's game. And that being said, he faces plenty of ridicule. And in my opinion, if the Los Angeles Lakers get a win tonight with limited or no action from Russell Westbrook, that's just going to continue to ignite the ridicule. Of course, media can be vicious and have the tendency to bring up things and create narratives, good, bad, or indifferent. So in that case, you can have a situation to where if they win, it's going to be like they won because Russ wasn't on the floor, uh, or he played less minutes, or whatever the case may be. Currently, Russell Westbrook is averaging in 3 games. He's averaging 11 points on 29% shooting, 8% shooting from 3 point, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in 3 games. Now, for me, in my opinion, minus the 8 3 point shooting, and even the 29% shooting from the field, in my opinion, if you were a supplemental player, a rotational player, I'm cool with your 11 points a game. I'm cool with your 7 rebounds and 4 assists and 2 steals a game. In this point, you know what I'm saying? If you was able to sustain that, even if it was just 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, I'm fine with that. But of course, we put emphasis on it because it's Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple Double, Mr. 2 to 3 seasons in a row. I average a triple double. But of course, going back to what we was talking about earlier, Mr. MVP as that former MVP, NBA MVP. Was it based upon that was a point in which his team wasn't that good and he got MVP? So again, I don't know. Or was he given the MVP because of the triple double, accolade, individual accolade? Is it an individual accolade when you have to average at least 821, 820 assists a game, which means you have to have at least 820 times someone you passed the ball, scored the ball. So I don't know. It still continues to be maybe an ongoing conversation, or maybe I'm a media person creating a narrative. But of course, in any case, like I said, the Lakers will be without their starting point guard as he may sit the game out due to a hamstring injury. Let's see, to win, you need to outscore the opponent. That is correct. You can play all the defense in the world, but you need to put. Yeah, true, Leslie. You got to score. Got to put the ball in the hole, or you have to be proficient in your scoring. And at this case, the Lakers have not completely been. You got to think the last game, they could have been the first team to knock off Portland, in which supposedly a bad shot selection uh, put that to rest. We discussed it earlier, in which Russell Westbrook said what he was trying to do was he was trying to get 2 possessions in one to extend the clock, in which it did not work as planned. His coach came on and stated that um, it's not the strategy that he was worried about. It's the shot selection. He could have took a better shot. Of course, we know Russell Westbrook for being a player that plays downhill, attacks the basket with reckless abandonment, or he has been that player in the past. And seemingly that is even one, he wants to have a career change. Maybe he feels like that's wear and tear on his body. I don't know. Maybe he feels like he shouldn't be doing that. He should be facilitating. And players like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, who are big bodies that can go down low and take that wear and tear, should be the ones that's doing that, and he should be facilitating. I don't know. If in any case, it remains to be said that he is getting all the smoke in reference in regards to the Lakers uh, being dismal at this point, as well as the conversation if they need shooting. Better shooters are needed around LA. At this point, I don't know where those better shooters are going to go. It may have to come from within. Uh, Given some of those rookies that are pretty proficient from behind the line, opportunity. Pulling in a shooter, a shooting assistant or coach to work with the ones that are lacking in that area, um, or just off season work. No programs, straight gym, knockdowns, shooting. Bring back Carmelo. So, of course, for like I said, for this slate, I'm going to sit up and say I didn't do too well. So let me take another swing at picking at least a formidable finish. Let's go with the Cavaliers, the Hawks, the Bucks, the Knicks, the 76ers, the Bulls, the Timberwolves, the Rockets in the upset, the Heat in the upset, and the Lakers to get their first dub. That's how I'm rocking today. That's what I'm going with. Uh, Moving on, not much in the NBA or hell, additionally even the NFL. But interesting enough, it is stories in the NFL, mostly referencing to my thoughts for the Bulls this season. Stoves is just like any other season, they have an opportunity. As we look at Ayao Damansu, he's filling in well at the point guard spot, um, moving Kobe White off guard. So he can be the scorer and slasher that he needs to be. Once they get Zach LaVine fully back into the fray to where he's fully recovered and healthy, that's going to be a problem for them. Uh, DeMar DeRozan still. You got Wendell Carter the third that's there. So I see in my mind Chicago could be a top 16, maybe even top 5. What's good, Taylor May? What's going on, brother? This one, glad to have your information. I think it'd be a uh, they could be a top 6, top 5, top 16, where they don't have to worry about the play in. They just basically sit back and wait. Um, I would think or hope that instead of his blistering pace in which DeMar usually comes out at, he kind of quells it and waits a little bit and kind of. Oh, I'll stand corrected. Let me see. Not Wendell. What's his name? I said Wendell, not Wendell. Freak. What's his name? Not Wendell Carter. There. Patrick Williams, not Wendell Carter. Patrick Williams. That's what I was talking about, Patrick Williams. So I think that he would be more productive in state when it's all said and done. Um, so all on Zach. Hopefully, DeMar quails and kind of like cools it and doesn't go all 30 points averaging for the first 2 months of this year, then falls off. What's good, brother? Superman. That's what we going. I wonder. I wonder what.
I feel like because of the fact that I had, the bad team behind me. I feel like I felt like I wanted to be a part of the team, and I ain't have a Batman. I think I do got a Batman one. I think, but I think right now because of the move, I can't find it. So I just wanted to, be a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like being an Eagles fan, I wanted to be a part of the team, and I wanted to be included. And the best one I could find was the Superman one right now. But I'm gonna keep looking for the Batman one. I think I got one. I'm sure I do. I just gotta find it. That's all. Good morning. What's going on, WGO, WGO, WGO? It's your boy, Bishop in the building. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing on this day? What's up, Trey? How you doing, bro? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I can't wait till y'all lose this
Dun,
weekend,
dun,
man.
dun, dun.
I can't wait till y'all lose this weekend.
We're not losing this weekend, bro. We're going to lose to the Steelers, bro. You don't
Yes.
even believe that. You don't even be there. What's up, Leslie? What's good? Walmart sells Batman hoodie with the painted ears on the hood for 20.
Don't encourage him.
I'm going to get it.
Don't
I'm
encourage
going to
him.
get it, Fred.
He's gonna go get it. Next thing you know,
That's right.
He's gonna
I'm
cut
going
the
to get
ears
it.
off and put eagle wings on it.
Hey, that's a good idea, Trey. I like that one. That's a real good idea. I like that one, Trey. That's a good one. I like that
Then
one
we
a
have to
lot.
sit here and watch him with them down ears, and he might even put the little things on the inside so when he pulls them, they go.
I
Don't
like that,
encourage
Trey.
him.
I like that. Hey,
Do
man.
not encourage him.
Hey, man. We not finna lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I ain't gonna say Steelers because they ill right now. The Steelers. We not losing to them cats, man. It is what it is, man. You know, pop this old, even though this old Superman jersey like old Cam used to do. Eagles beat the Cowboys last week. Dang, the Cowboys got quiet. You already know, bro. You already knew they was gonna get quiet. They got hush mouth. You knew that. You knew that was coming, man. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
that's a condition? Hush mouth?
Hey, you know,
He's like hush mouth. He's like
hush mouth. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, wow, how do you attain that?
You know how your mama used to tell you when you was a kid, you talking too much. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth now. Hush your mouth. When you talking
You know
about
what?
something
I
you ain't
just
got
said
no
a
business,
thought.
got to talk about.
That's funny you said that because I had a simple thought. And I was like, Rain, as you know, Rain, my youngest son,
Right.
And so Rain, I had to sit and think, did I ever have to pop Rain in his mouth? You know what I'm saying? Because I used to get popped in. You know how parents be like, hush, you know what I'm saying? Pop it like, boop.
Yep.
So no, I haven't had to do that yet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't.
Yeah.
I want no
You
one
know how your
calling
mama used to
people
do
on
you,
me.
man. You talk about something around some people that you don't shouldn't be saying. Hush your mouth now. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. They got that hush mouth. I can't talk my bus that L last week. Yeah, I got quiet too. Yeah, you and Trey. You know, this Trey ain't said a whole lot of amount of stuff either, man.
How did I get into this?
Trey ain't said a whole lot of.
I haven't talked.
I'm just.
None,
We
I haven't
know.
said
We
nothing in
know.
reference to NFL, in
We
reference
know.
to season, none of that. Because, like I said, like last year, we were 0-6. I mean, we were 2-4. We was 2-4, and I sit up and said we were going to make the playoffs. And I said we were going to go in the last 11 game, not 11, the last I said, the last 11 games.
Yeah,
I said the last 11 games of the season, we was going to go 8-3. We ended up going 7-4, but we made the playoffs.
So are you? Hold on. So are you predicting the exact same outcome this year too? Is that where we're going with that?
We're going to go.
So y'all are what right now?
We're right now we're 3-4.
3-4. So y'all finna go what? Y'all finna win the next. So that's
we're gonna win. We're gonna win
11 games left.
We're gonna win 8 of
games.
We're gonna win 8 of the last 11 games.
8 of the last 10.
Yes.
So y'all
so
gonna win 8 of the last 10.
7 of the last 3 games we're gonna win.
The last 10. 7 of the last 10 games.
Yeah, 7 of that. So we're gonna go 7-10 for the rest of the season. At minimum.
Y'all heard it here first, man. He didn't put it out. Yeah, Andre. Yeah, you're still. Yeah, you know, Andre. You know your LB, which is my actual brother, my blood brother. You know he's a Steeler fan, and yeah, he's not happy. He's not a happy camper. The Steelers. I know we probably not even talking about football right now, but I know we're not talking about football because I heard what he was talking about in regards to.
Well, I was getting ready to go to football, but Stoves asked me a question
about
what I thought about the Bulls team.
What about the Bulls team?
Just ask me what I thought about them in general.
Oh, what's their record right now? What's they looking like?
Don't
worry about this. This ain't my cape. This ain't my cape I'm pulling out. Just just a hoodie. It's not my cape. You can make it seem like a hoodie though, but it's not my cape.
2-2. They're 2-2 on the year.
Oh, they 2-2. Oh, okay. There's only 3 teams that's still winless. I think it's the Kings, who are in California, the Lakers, who are definitely in California, and it's one other team.
They're Orlando Magic.
Oh, Orlando. Okay, but they're not in California. But 2 teams out of 500, still winless. Mm.
Do you think the Bucks? Do you think the Brooklyn the Nets get a win against the Bucks tonight?
Ooh, that's what we got tonight. Damn
Mm-hmm.
it! Damn it, man!
Yes, exactly.
Damn it, man! We need more out of
Ben,
Ben Simmons, man. I need him to stay in the damn game. Golly, bro. First, you didn't play all last season. Now you come in and you say can't stay in because you can't stop fouling. Stop fouling, Ben. Stop fouling. God, dog. Yeah, we're gonna get a win tonight. Just because Leslie said no. Yes, we getting a win against them Bucks. Yes, we are. Are we playing at home? Where we playing at? We playing at home or is it
Milwaukee.
oh damn. God dog. That's not promising at all. Golly, bro. Yeah, I'm still pulling for my Brooklyn Nets, man. Well, we got 8 games tonight. Oh wait, hold on. How many games we got there? I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's old. How many games do we got tonight? Today? Oh no, we got 12. No, 10. We got 10 games tonight. Yeah, 10. I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, still. Yeah, 10 games tonight.
Yep, 10. Which I talked about. I just talked about the Cavaliers. I was like, I'm going with the Cavaliers, the
The last time you
Hawks,
went to for
the
Cavaliers, they
Bucks,
lost though.
the Cavaliers, the Hawks, the Bucks, the Knicks, the Raptors, the
Ooh.
Bulls, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, the Heat, and the Lakers. Is my selections.
So I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I'm going with the Hawks. I'm going with the Nets. I'm going opposite of you. I'm going with the Knicks. I'm going with the 76ers. I think the 76ers are gonna upset the Raptors. Straight hot garbage, soft like charming. I agree with you, bro. I'm going with the Bulls. Definitely going with the Twin Towers in Minnesota with Big Cat and them and oh boy. I'm going with the young Rockets team.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going
they
with
get
the
an
Heat.
upset tonight.
Yeah, I'm going with the Heat. Did the Lakers get their first win against Joker though on the road in Denver? Ooh, you talk about us. Did y'all get y'all first win on the road tonight against Joker? Is the question, Trey? That's the question at hand.
I,
I'm going with
I
the Nuggets,
stated that
man.
he would.
I'm taking the Nuggets. I'm taking Denver, man. Joker. I don't know. Unless they did like Kendrick Perkins said, doing send Russell Westbrook back home.
Well,
Send
they
him home.
Russell. So Russell Westbrook
What
is
they talking
supposed
about? I
to.
know you know. Let me know. What's up? What they talking about?
He's supposed to sit out. He's supposed to sit out potentially because he's dealing with the hamstring, and so they think
Mm.
about sitting him tonight. In
Is
which
he
I said
really dealing with a hamstring
we
though,
know he has
Trey?
been dealing with a hamstring since the end of the
Oh,
preseason.
they done came up with a good one, boy.
You was one of you. I was just talking about people
Oh
like you,
my God.
you being the media that sit up and create narratives. Because if they get a win tonight, it's going to be like, oh, Russ can play tonight.
That's
They get a
right.
win. No, that's
You
not
right.
right. That just mean they got a win.
When did Russ? Hold on.
He
I know.
so,
I know. I've been calling football games. I know I've missed a great deal of basketball because of basketball.
remember at the end of the
No, I
at the end
don't
of,
remember.
at the
Actually, I
end of
don't. The
at the
thing
end of
is,
the
I don't
preseason.
remember. Nobody said nothing about Russell
At the
being
end
hurt,
of the
bro.
preseason, remember he came
Oh,
on and said
preseason.
that. Yeah, remember he said that because the coach sat him down for a long time, that wasn't the
Oh
usual.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I spoke on that.
and
I
he
spoke
got
on that.
injured. Yeah,
But
he got injured. So
but
he
that was
still.
like 3 weeks ago,
It's a
Trey.
hamstring. We know the
Oh my.
hamstring. Come on, man.
Hey, Friday,
It's a hamstring.
this dude here, bro. Oh my God, he done played in every game since then. Every game. So now it's the hamstring thing.
He's
Man,
been dealing
y'all,
with the hamstring.
bro, y'all are too much, man. Y'all are too freaking much, man. And watch them win tonight. Because of that, watch them win and prove everybody that Russ should come off the bench or not come off at all. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. Y'all know how it is. Let it do. Man, shout out to him, man. I don't know if you talked about this. You probably did.
What's that?
But prayers for Brittany Griner, man. They denied her appeal. So it looks like she's still going to be sitting in the Russian prison for a bit. They're actually talking about moving her from one location to another. So, yeah, um, prayers and all that for Brittany Griner, as her appeal was definitely was denied.
Everyone waking up all of a sudden. Like, here go Eric with the
We should be Leslie. We should be a good team. I don't. I feel like we looking like the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie. We struggling right now. We taking L's that we shouldn't be taking L's, man. It is what it is. But I mean, it is. Hopefully they figured out. This is Ben's first season with the first season playing with the Nets. So maybe they still trying to figure out their chemistry and stuff like that. Trey, I know you had to talk about, because I know you're tired of hearing me talk about them Lakers, and I'm sad 9 years over bureaucracy. Yep, bureaucracy. I get it. I get it. Right? I get it. They talking about they're not gonna let the only way they right now the only way they're gonna let Brittany Griner go is for prisoner trade.
mm,
That's the only way. And Biden talked about it yesterday while he was getting his COVID booster, that he's been in talks with Russia, and they haven't come to no resolution on getting Brittany and anybody else that's over there that's part of the U.S. free. So it's not looking good. It's not. It's not looking good at all. But right now they're saying the only way that it could possibly happen is a
a trade for prison trade.
prisoner of trade. Yeah, and right now that ain't even really on the table. That's just something they briefly spoke of. So yeah. But golly, what I was gonna say? Oh, I know what it was. I know, Trey, you talked about the mishaps of last night's game between
Oh yeah,
uh,
Clay, yeah,
Clay
and
and
yeah,
Booker
yes, they spoke about that briefly. It was, Clay's first time being tossed out,
ejected in his
ejected.
career, in
Hmm.
his whole career,
Of
and
course,
Steve Kerr got a technical,
yeah, it was seven total technicals. Yep.
seven technicals in 1 quarter, most technicals in 1 quarter in 25 years.
Hmm. Which
25
they said
years, seven
they talked
technicals.
about it. Yeah, he talked about it briefly, and then I was like, what I'm saying, as an official, what is I mean,
This,
is it
go ahead.
so last night, right, in the
Mm-hmm.
game, it was I was
It's
talking
funny
to
you
my
say that because I'm finna talk about something I called 4 games last night. But go ahead. I'm
so
with you. Go ahead.
last night in our in the game there
Mm-hmm.
was because my LB, he officiates as well, and he was
Right.
officiating last night. So
Okay, you saw him.
yeah, he was out there.
Okay.
So in one particular game, my understanding was that one of the some of the players came back and was upset because they said official was in his feelings because he threw a couple of flags. So of course
An
they are
official was in his feelings or a player was in his
the
feelings?
player said the official was in his or player said the official was in his feelings because he basically is like there was like 30 yards 30-40 yards uh of flags thrown
Mm-hmm.
because he said one of the initial flag was thrown, I believe, because they have a hard line, no cussing. Like they sit up
Oh,
and
they throw the flag for that?
oh
Oh,
yes, they
there.
sit up
Okay.
and like they
With no
they
warning?
they give them warning, but after the
Okay.
first warning is like okay, or they maybe they assume the warning is at the brief at the coin toss where they tell them no cussing and all that type of stuff, and they go
Okay.
ahead.
Right.
So
Before
they
at the sports
yes
coin toss. Got it.
yes,
Mhm.
so I presume because my back was turned, I was looking at the other field. So I presume what happened is they the first one was tech. The first one was a 15 yard for unsportsmanlike due
Okay.
to the fact that someone said I had a smart comment.
Just a smart comment, or was he
Well,
cursing?
Kurtz,
Okay.
yes, a smart comment. So I think the next flag came because when he asked who said it, no one or whoever the other team who said it was like, "Oh, well, ain't no one say anything. We ain't hear nobody." So he flagged him. He hit him again with another one, another unsportsmanlike conduct. So we're gonna say at that point it was 30 yards. And
And this is this our frat did that or something?
no,
Was
no,
this
no, no.
another
Frat,
official?
Frat was like, nah. He's like, it was unnecessary.
Okay, so he
He
did
said it was
agree that it was
unnecessary.
unnecessary. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? So, but the other, like they said, so they basically it went on even so even came out that possibly those penalties cost
Him
that
the game.
team the game
Mm.
ultimately, in which we have a situation like we talked about before. Do officials really control and dictate wins or losses in games?
They
So
can. They can. They can be. They can. Excuse me. They can be a huge impact on the game. I totally agree with that. Being an official, you can change the whole outcome of a game on a call. My example or my situation last night. Are they playing 2-man mechanics or 3-man mechanics out there where y'all at for flag football?
they was 4-man last night.
They have 4 officials.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh
how the hell that
wow!
happened because that's they taxing me, so I won't have to check that. But I
Wow!
mean, but
I
yeah.
ain't
So
never seen that
last
here.
night it
Not
was
for
last night.
flag.
Yeah, not last night they had it was a 4-man mechanic, but usually it's 3-man mechanics. But last night they had four.
Oh, are y'all in the playoffs or something?
Yes, playoffs, but
Oh, that's why.
still we
But
should still
still,
be at
I've
3-man
still never seen
mechanics.
4. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never seen 4.
I've only done through 4-man like maybe for a championship game and stuff like
Right.
that, so I can make sure you catch everything. But
Everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, last night I had 4 games of flag on post here on Lackland, and it was 3-man mechanics. We had 4 games, and last night we had an incident where last night we had what was it, two or three close games, real close games. Like they were good games, and one game got to a point where one guy was upset at one of the officials, not me, but he was upset at the other official because okay, Trey, out there, do y'all do the 7 plays?
for overtime.
No, 7 plays at the end of regulation.
You know what? I ain't seen that in a while. No, we don't do
Yeah,
that.
they do that here. They do that here. They do that here. 7 plays at the end of regulation. For those that don't know, for in flag football, if the score is within 7 points or less at the end of regulation, then you have 7 plays, 7 total plays to do whatever, either the score, stop the defense, stop the offense, whatever, however. So that gives a team that's down an opportunity to be able to come back and win the game. There's no clock, only there's no game clock. There's only
Downs,
downs and play clock.
the play clock.
That's it. And so and so there's one game was close, um, and the team that was down, the team that was let me get it right, the team that was down, the team that was down ended up losing. The team that was down they would end up losing who had a guy that was disgruntled. They allowed the other team to score. When they allowed them to score, that left them with like five, I think it was 5 plays. I want to say five plays. Well, they had 5 plays and they was down to the last, I think they was down to the last play, and there was no way that they was going to be able to win the game. There was no way that they was going to be able to win the game. They had exhausted all 5 plays, and the guy was upset. He was disgruntled at the official because for one, he felt like they cheated him on. He felt like we was cheating him on plays, which we tell you what play we're on, and stuff like that each time. After every dead ball or every completion or whatever, after every play, we tell you what play we're on. Whether it's first down play 2, second down play 4, whatever, we let you know what it is. And so he was disgruntled, upset, felt like we cheated him out of plays or whatever. However, with that being said, the official in which he was upset with tried to explain to him, wanted him to get an understanding of what's going on. We don't like to allow anybody to lead the field and not understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we try and give them an explanation so they have an understanding. So the next time they play, there's no questions, or if they have questions, they can ask right then or ask later. Well, he didn't want to hear what the official had to say, and he kept popping off at the mouth. And so the official was like, look, the official let him get away with it a couple of times, actually. He was talking reckless, crazy, and the official was like, okay. And then it got to a point where it was like, the official was like, all right, man, I'm a grown ass man. You ain't gonna continually talk to me reckless, and I ain't finna buy, and I ain't gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude just kept on talking. So I had to go over there, and we went over there. Like I said, it was 3 of us. We went, hey, chill out, man. Y'all need to chill out. Chill out. Either you want to hear the explanation or you can move on. You lost. Get on about your business and move around. Um, but yeah, to answer your question, I absolutely do believe, yes, the officials can determine the outcome of a game without question. It definitely can be um, um, a determining factor in games. And last night, this team was not cheated.
Mm-hmm.
We tell them, like I said, we tell them everything that's going on. If they have questions, they can ask before, after, during the game, and all of that. You got to know the rules, and that's what I think a lot of people fail to acknowledge. You have the same opportunity to look at the rules as we do. Look at the rules. If you come out there and you play a game, know the rules. That way, if you have questions, and don't get me wrong, we do have guys that come out there and have, hey, ref, hey, white hack, can I ask you a question? Sure. What's up? Hey, such and such and such. Does this mean this? Like, one of the main questions is, and our biggest, I don't know if y'all have this same issue, Trey, is jumping.
Oh yeah, well that's not a huge issue, but yeah, they be trying to like to jump, hop steps and stuff like that to get in and out or
Right,
dodge.
right, right. So different officials call it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So some officials here, when they spin, they consider that jumping.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'd be looking sideways. I was like, so of course I asked, like the two guys that I officiated last night, straight veterans. They've been calling games for years. One guy's like 65, the other guy's like 58, 59. I'm the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been calling games for years. They call full contact. They do call all types of sports: basketball, football, baseball, softball, volleyball, all of that. So they've been doing it for years. So of course I'm gonna go to them and I'm asking these veterans what is considered a jump. I need I don't need no gray areas. Tell me, he said, if you elevate to prevent someone from drawing your flag, that is considered jumping. You spinning or you or not yeah, you hopping from one side or juking from left to right, it's not considered jumping. Jumping is when you elevate to a point where someone cannot grab your flag.
Okay.
I said, okay. I don't want to explain it like that before, but now that you have, totally get it. Got it. Cool.
But
Every game we have somebody say, he jumped. No, just because he spin, that's not jumping. Because you missed his flag, that is not considered jumping. You missed his flag. He did a nice spin move on you, and you missed his flag. It is what it is. You can't spin. Where does it say you can't spin? You cannot jump or hurdle over someone. So what if you duck and spin? You can duck. That's one of the biggest things. This guy last week, this one guy beat a whole team by himself.
Oh, really?
At the as a quarterback, because all he did was run. He did not throw the ball hard. I can count how many times he threw the ball, and he may have threw it maybe 3 times the whole game. His thing is, he's the quarterback. He's fast. He's very fast. His thing is, when you go to grab his flag, he dips. And when he dips, when you're looking to grab his flag, as soon as you go to grab, he dips down and you miss his flag. Mm-hmm. So you're grabbing at his like his rib cage or his stomach or something. And he scores. You can do that. There's nothing, as long as his knee don't touch the ground. Now, if his knee touches the ground, he's down where he's at. But as long as his knee doesn't touch the ground, he's good. And I've seen that. I'm just like Trey has seen that numerous times. That's like if you watch the professionals play it, that's what they do all the time. That's what they do all the time. They do that little duck, that little tuck, or that little squat.
Squat.
Yeah, little dip. Yeah, little squat.
I had to learn that. I learned that watching when I went one time playing in Fort Hood, and we went and played in the tournament in Frisco, Texas, and played against some dudes that play all year round. And I sit up and watch my man how he would get in and out, basic karaoke and moving to the hip, dipping the hips, and that's how he got through. I was like, and I went and carried that back to Fort Hood, and or even when I was up in Washington and playing, completely different outcome. So yes,
right.
Definitely.
Right, and it's part of the game, man. I wish I'd have known that, back in my day.
Yes, correct.
But my knees won't allow that.
My day ain't over, so I want to continue to use it. Just y'all wait. Just wait. Just wait. I'm gonna give
Oh
it to the
boy, I
best
ain't gonna
of
lie,
my
man.
ability.
Every night I go out here and play and go on this field and officiate, man. I get the bug. I get the bug. I'm not gonna front, bro. I get the bug every single night I go out there and call a game. I'm not gonna front, bro, without question. So I totally get.
I've been looking at the U.S. I've been looking at the U.S. flag calendar and see
Yeah,
that
they got games coming up.
yeah,
Yeah,
they got tournaments coming up.
coming
I was
up
like, and I
next year,
looked to
early
see
next
what
year.
the
Yeah,
divisions and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Just wait,
I saw that
Las
too.
Vegas,
Yeah,
McAllen. It's like it's
McAllen. Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that. Yep, I saw that too.
Arlington.
Yep,
Yes, it's
I
going
saw
down.
that too. Yeah, I can't. The dipping and all, man. I could not be. I no. There's no way I could do that. There's
No, no punchline. Just wait. Y'all gonna be like, oh shoot,
let it go. You
I
better
see
let it
why.
go.
You're gonna be like, I see why Savvy. Okay, Savvy, just wait, just wait, just wait.
I
I'm
hope
just,
somebody can get video of that.
I'm
Jackie, where
good.
you at? Jackie, make sure you take video of that. Get that icy hot and Big Gay ready. Jackie, make
Just
sure
wait.
you know on the airlift.
I'm gonna be a
Jackie,
okay.
get the video. Jackie, make sure you have video of that because I want to see this, man. I want to see this, man. I want to see it. But yeah, man, the official could definitely change the outcome of a game. With the and then last night, like I said, with them ejecting Booker.
Clay,
I
yeah,
mean Clay
yeah.
injected Clay, but Booker just it didn't phase Booker because he still dropped 34 points.
Man, he was working Clay over anyway. He was
He
wearing Clay out
was.
at the
He
beginning.
was. It
He
didn't
had
matter.
him
And
in
I think
trance.
that's why Clay was mad. I think that's why Clay was in his feelings talking about if I got 4 rings, I got more rings than your whole franchise has got in their whole history. Got it, which is a hard pill to swallow. That is a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? When a
And
person
that's what and Booker said it. He's
he
like,
said he
I
did he said that.
recognize it. I
Yeah,
recognize it. Like
yeah,
I'm not. He's
yeah.
like I'm not. He's the facts. He's like facts, but still.
You know, punchline for arthritis, back pain, sore muscles, and joint biofreeze. Clay was in his feelings because he was getting torched. Booker was torching him. Clay can't play that defense he used to play before that injury. He's still
Hmm.
trying to get back to that old Clay, and he ain't there yet. And Booker let him know he ain't there yet. Without question, he letting him know he ain't there yet, man. So I get it. Clay got into his feelings. He was hurt. Booker was thrashing him, and it is what it is. It is what it is, man.
So, but
You got
yes,
games tonight?
yes, I have one tonight. We're getting close to the end for the most part. Actually, the end is this week, so I got one tonight because they have some of the teams have a mission, so they can't do their game tonight. So I got one tonight, and for the most part, I have three
Somebody said
games tomorrow.
somebody said the same energy. That's jacked up, man. That's jacked
Yeah.
up, man. Shaq is Clay, and of course, Barkley is Booker. Look at that. Shaq is Clay, and Barkley is Booker. And look at that. That's crazy. Same energy. That's funny. Wow.
So moving on,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit in NFL, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting enough, the Kansas City Chiefs have suspended. The NFL has suspended Kansas City Chiefs defensive end Frank Clark, uh, for 2 games as he for violating the NFL conduct
Oh,
policy.
I did see that. Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
so he, of course, he is on currently on probation after he was found to be carrying loaded assault rifles in 2 different occasions in California. So
Oh, that's what. So I knew I knew it had happened. I didn't know. I didn't know. They didn't say what it was.
yeah.
I just said some the NFL policy for whatever.
Hmm.
Oh.
So that's what they got him. Currently, he's the third. He had his best game last week against the 49ers, in which
Hmm.
he had 1.5 sacks. One of those sacks being he obtained 2 points because he sacked Jimmy Garoppolo for a safety. He's third on the team in sacks with 3 sacks on the year. So I guess you could say, I guess it. I mean, sacks is hard to get.
Hmm.
Hence the reason why those who get them at a alarming clip tend to be sought after. So they have that.
And
Um,
this is from Tampa Bay, right?
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's Kansas
Kansas City.
City's. Of course, in other news, like he was just talking about, like what Anthony brung up, basically, the cancer culture is real, bruh. The cancer culture is real, as of course we know the comments in which Kanye West has stated
Really?
assumed the anti-Semitic rhetoric in which he has put him in a sorts. Now, how does this correlate to sports? It's because, of course, Kanye West was looking at and started a sports agency in which he had the sports agency was called Donda Sports, of course, named after his mother. He had two marquee players that were a part of was a part of his agency. That being Aaron Donald and Jalen Brown. No longer are they a part of that organization, as they both have decided to leave Donda Sports.
Good. I like it.
Additionally, Balenciaga and Adidas have terminated their contracts with Kanye as well,
Yeah.
or Ye as he calls himself now. Uh, the Gap, Foot Locker, and Creative Arts Agency also have left and terminated any partnerships with Ye, as well as Twitter and IG have suspended his accounts. His record sales are
Wow.
dying. Airplay is plummeting. The cancel culture.
I mean, that dude is. I don't know what man. He don't even deserve to be talked about, bro. The stuff he be saying, the stuff he be doing. I think Kanye and he got something going on with him, man. For real, for real.
Yes, I believe it too. Like I said, I watched that documentary, and of course, if it's a self-produced documentary, you always are able to produce uh, narratives and things of that nature. But um, yeah, it's obviously presumably something going on with him, which I think he has been diagnosed before with a couple of things. But it's like, yeah,
Agreed, and agreed, Lestan. He's the AB of the music world. That's safe to say. That's a good analogy. He is the AB of the music industry.
um,
Here,
additionally,
here you go, Trey.
go ahead.
This is from yesterday, bro. What you spoke about.
Oh yeah, and there's even more on that too.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me see if it'll do it. It'll work this time. Here we go.
So as you seen yesterday, we talked about that how supposedly he was giving an autograph to officials, uh, in which further look he goes like, oh, I ain't gonna want no parts of that. It's like, what is going on? So of course, when you look at it further, what happened when he went down is the officials were found to have no wrongdoing in this fact, to where what it is one of the officials is uh, an alumnus of Texas A&M, where Mike Evans went to
The
college at and
school
played
at.
college at. And what it is he knows a professional golfer who Michael Evans wants to play golf. So he basically was calling him to get his phone number.
Phone number.
To get his phone number.
Hmm.
So he was calling him to get his phone number so he can provide the golfer with the pro with the number so he can get in contact to give him
See, that's
golfing
people running their
lessons.
mouth, not
So
knowing the
so of
whole.
course, yeah. So he's like, that's basically what it was. He's like, both of them were, it was nothing more, nothing less. Um, the other official, basically the lineman, I think Lambert is his name. He didn't have a card to write the number on, so he
So he
called the
was
other
giving.
official to
Got it
give the card his card, and he wrote the number on it. And
on the
so
back of it.
that's what Fox 13 in Tampa or wherever they played that were caught. You know what I'm saying? And that's the rhetoric. So of course, again, media creating
A narrative that's
a
so.
narrative to where, but of course, in all things, investigations and stuff, and find out whether investigations come in different shapes, forms, and size. And of course, in any, for most part, it takes an
Look at
investigation,
Eric.
some questions being asked, and all that type of stuff to know, okay, this is what's going on. So,
Eric talking about I don't believe it. Believe it. Stop it, Eric. It's true. It don't look like a signature. You could tell. That it looked like
It was carried
something.
swiftly. Yeah, like it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. It looked more,
Yeah,
and you didn't see him kind of like it wasn't like
scribbled like
yeah, yeah. You know how when you do a signature, you kind of it's real quick. It
get
ain't
up
nothing
out of
that
there
you
because you're not
yeah,
trying.
it's
Yeah,
real quick. And you look, he looks over, turns the card over.
yeah. So it's like let me get out the way. Then
Yeah,
he
and then
went over there and he writes. Yeah.
right, yeah. So yeah, man. See, that's what I'm talking about.
So
So there it is.
I take
But
that.
whoever that is, they owe them officials an apology, man. Because them officials knew what they was doing. They knew they wasn't doing any no wrongdoing. I like it. I like it.
So yes, so you of course you have that. The Dallas Mavericks trade. I mean not Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Cowboys trade a 2023 sixth-round draft pick to the Las Vegas Raiders for defensive tackle Jonathan Rankins and 2024 seventh-round pick as they look to get the Rankins to shore up their run defense, trying to make it a better situation, anchor their back line as
Mhm.
they're currently kind of the numbers ain't too pleasing, I guess, for the Dallas defense when it comes to run stopping and chasing down the quarterback. Obviously, they need to give more help to Michael Parsons. He can't do it all on his own. Um, uh, Bleacher Report. That's interesting because I had a question in reference about that. Some people in reference when you're looking at
About the
trades,
trade to the
but
Packers. AJ Green. Where's AJ Green at now? Cincinnati?
Arizona.
Arizona?
So of course you have that. Like you have the
Let me see
officials.
that. Let me check your resources there, Anthony Price, because I have Bleacher Report. Let me see if I didn't hear that. Let me see. Go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
Then of course, last but not least, uh, who's it calling? Hold on one second. It's a Hawaii call.
Oh my bad. Hold on. Okay, several updated NFL trade board. Several deals have already been made, ranking the top available players left with the deadline less than a week away. We have uh, NFL trading block board entering week 8. NFL trade line deadline is in the week. So Atlanta Falcons got the action started by dealing linebacker Deion Jones to the Cleveland Browns 2 weeks ago. Last week, the Carolina Panthers dealt wideout Robbie Anderson to the Arizona Cardinals. On Thursday, Carolina sent star running back Chris McCaffrey to San Francisco. On Monday, Jacksonville Jaguars agreed to training running back James Robinson to the New York. Other players will likely be on the move ahead of Tuesday's deadline, which will be near the top of teams' wish list. Um, so yes, to list our receivers: Claypool, Jerry Brown. So to create we have got 15 names that are already on there are 15 names that are created on the trade block could realistically land there in the coming days or could be enticing trade targets based on the aforementioned criteria. Last week dropped rank. New to the list are wide receivers Chase Claypool. These are people that's on the trade block. Chase Claypool, Jerry Judy, Brandon Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
The Denver Broncos have also received calls on pass rusher Bradley Chubb and wideout KJ Hamler.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Browns running back Kareem Hunt replaces teammate Dearness Johnson. To make room for new entries, we're pulling Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph, Panthers defensive tackle Matt Lodonis, and Chicago Bears offensive lineman Michael Schofield from the list. Spot starters such as Cooper Rush, Bailey Zapp, and Taylor Heineke have played well enough to limit the quarterback market. So it's hard to find a buyer for Rudolph at the deadline. Once we have established the top 15 players, we rank them based on the pass production upside, position value, and their likelihood of being traded. This week's honorable mentions in no particular order are the edge rusher Cleveland Farrell, Cam Akers, running back from Los Angeles Rams, Larry Ogunjobi, defensive tackle Pittsburgh Steelers, Claypool, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Kenny Galladay of the New York Giants. I don't see anything in regards to. Oh, okay. So here's the top 10. that they're talking about. Deron Payne, defensive tackle for the Washington Commanders. Number 9 is these are the top 10 that's on the trading block. Brandon Cooks of the Houston Texans, wide receiver. Number 8 is Bradley Chubb, edge rusher for the Denver Broncos. Number 7, as we spoke about, Jerry Jeudy and KG Hamler from the Denver Broncos. Number 6, Denzel Mims, wide receiver for the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
5 is William Jackson III, quarterback for Washington Commanders. 4th is Sidney Jones, the 4th, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. And rounding out the top 3 is Jonathan Abram, safety from the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 2 is Kareem Hunt, running back, which we've heard talks about Kareem Hunt for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. And at number 1, Robert Quinn, edge rusher for the Chicago Bears. There you have it, Trey. I didn't hear nothing about.
So, per ESPN, it was just a conversation in which they was having, in which they were basically more so putting out there uh, just a thought of 32 players in which they thought would potentially or could potentially be traded, uh, could be traded. Uh, Basically one from each team, of course, starting from the top, alphabetical order, and with some of the ones you talked about came across. This is basically a story, like I said, from the ESPN writer, uh, uh, or a conglomerate. Buffalo Bills, running back Zach Boss, from Miami Dolphins, Mike Kosecki, the tight end. New England Patriots, offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn. New York Jets, wide receiver Denzel Mims, as we said. I think you kind of like add Elijah Moore into that, as he's been he hasn't been too pleased with his output, or how he gets utilized. In Baltimore, the Ben Cleveland guard, Cincinnati Bengals, Jesse Bates III, which is interesting. They just signed him, or was that a franchise tag? But safety Jesse Bates III, Cleveland Browns running back Kareem Hunt, as I mentioned before. Well, you just was also mentioned Pittsburgh Steelers, um, wide receivers Chase Claypool.
Mm-hmm.
You just mentioned wide receiver Brandon Cooks for the Houston Texans,
Mm-hmm.
cornerback Kenny Moore the second for the Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars outside offensive tackle Walker Little, Tennessee Titans cornerback Caleb Farley. When you move it on to the AFC West, the Denver Broncos tight end Albert Aguanubu now. Kansas City Chiefs Ronald Jones, who they don't have any. They had Clyde Edwards, Isaiah Pacheco, and Jarek McKinnon. There's really no need for Ronald Jones. So of course they're trying to shop somebody, probably get a fifth, or a sixth or seventh round pick for a player that's not getting any utilization. The Las Vegas Raiders has, like you just say, Abrams or defensive end Clelin Farrell in the Vegas. The Los Angeles Chargers defensive tackle Jerry Tierley. Um, Dallas Cowboys, Terrell Basham, defensive end. For the Giants, Kadarius Tony, wide receiver, which I don't foresee that happening because they need all the receivers they can get. Philadelphia Eagles outside tackle Andre Dillard. Washington Commanders cornerback William Jackson III. As stated before, Robert Quinn III. He has been trying to for a while. He asked for a trade earlier in the year, which they relinquished to not do. Of course, he was oh no, I'm thinking Roquan Smith. Robert Quinn might be. Amari Arnuari REA from Detroit Lions, who was a cornerback. Green Bay Packers wide receiver kicker Amari Rogers. Minnesota Vikings running back Alexander Madison could be possible. He's formidable. Um, Atlanta Falcons, they don't expect any trades. Carolina Panthers offside tackle Cameron Irving. New Orleans Saints tight end Nick Vannett. Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Keyshawn Vaughn. Arizona Cardinals AJ Green, as we just discussed and talked about. Los Angeles Rams Cam Akers, which is a discussion. Sidney Jones the fourth from Seattle Seahawks cornerback, and of course the San Francisco 49ers. After their trade this past week, are not expected to make any trades either. So again, time that year, make some moves to see if you can change the fortunes of your organization. Uh, it's hella interesting. Now,
It
I say
is.
that when you start to see that, it makes some moves. But of course, when you start, it just becomes a situation where people start thinking like, "Hey, um, put it out there. You give me a trade that piques your interest. Sometimes you don't plan on trading anybody, and then next you know, it's a trade. Like I've had trade just in fantasy alone, which is not necessarily the same, but is to where I initially I was like, I'm not trying to trade that person until I get a trade. I'm like, whoa, hold up, this
So,
might this might not be a bad trade.
so did you just talk about Derek Burnett?
Burnett, no, I didn't talk about Burnett.
So
What
there's
for
rumors of
who?
for the Eagles. Philly is seeking pass
Yes, oh
rush help
yes,
in trades after Derek Barnett torn his ACL in week, I think week one. The Philadelphia Eagles are reportedly expected to be aggressive and seeking pass rushing help before the NFL's November 1st trade deadline. Um, so we are definitely looking to get a pass rusher for for Derek Barnett, who of course towards I think it's his Achilles or his ACL. His ACL. I'm sorry, his
mm,
ACL. So that's yeah, he tore his ACL tear, so you know he's gonna be out for the season. So that's the trades are big right now, Trey. I know, like I said, we know they've been talking about Kareem Hunt for a while. I know that even ourselves, we were looking at getting Kareem Hunt, or people were looking for Kareem Hunt to come, excuse me, to Philly.
yeah. Chubb is eating that up, so he needs to probably go somewhere else.
Yeah, so it's yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Uh, oh, hold on, 1 second. What's this? What's these? What's these? I want to see real quick, cause hold on, cause I know you read the what was it, the power rankings yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
Was either of those power rankings by Bleacher?
Neither one was by Bleacher. No, it was ESPN and um, NFL.
Okay, let's let's because I feel like a lot of people, including myself, um, you know, you know,
Here,
deal with Bleacher.
here comes the narrative.
It's not a narrative. It's just the Bleacher Report. This is the Bleacher report by the.
They're
I mean,
writers.
this is the NFL power rankings by Bleacher.
Yes.
So at 32, the Texans
So
at
here goes the narrative.
Houston, Texas at 141,
Okay.
and which they was 31 last week. They fell down to the last to 32. 31 is Carolina Panthers which at 2-5. They were
Mm-hmm.
32 last week. They went up one. Then we have the Detroit Lions who were 1-5. They're at 30. They was 27 last week. They dropped three.
Mm-hmm.
At 29 is the Pittsburgh Steelers, also with a record of 2-5. They were
Mm-hmm.
28 last week. They dropped one. At 28, the Denver Broncos at 2-5, and they dropped from 20. They dropped from 25 to 28, three slots. At 27, the Cleveland Browns, who are also 2-5, went from 24, dropped three to 27.
Mm-hmm.
At 23 is I mean 26 is the New Orleans Saints, who are 2 and it's a lot of 2-5 teams. Good lord. 2-5. Last week they were 22. They dropped three. Or dropped four. Dropped four. It was 22 last week. At 25, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who was also 2-5, they went from 21 to 25. They're dropped four. At 24, the Chicago Bears, who are 3-4, went from 30, dropped down to 34. I mean 24. They went up. I'm sorry. They went up to 24. They moved up. They was 30 last week. At 23, the Washington Commanders at 3-4. They were 29 last week. They went up 6 spots to 23. At 22, the Atlanta Falcons at 3-4. Marcus Mariota, they were 19 last week. They dropped to 22.
Mm-hmm.
At 21, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 2-4, were 26 last week. They moved up to 21.
Okay.
At what, 21. How did we go to 21 all the way to? How did we go to 16? Anyway, see, I don't know how they did that. They went from 26 to 16. Hold on, let me see something. My bad. Hold on. How they skip 25 all the way down to 16? That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. Well, New England Patriots are 16. They were 16 last week. The Green Bay what? The Green Bay Packers are at 19. They're 3-4. I don't know how they're doing this. I don't know how bleachers. The Arizona Cardinals are 3-4. They're at 18. Tampa Bay Bucks are at 17 and 3-4. Indianapolis Colts are 3-1 at 16. They were 14 last week. The Los Angeles Rams are 3-3 at 15. They were 15. Stand fast at 15. At 14, the Los Angeles Chargers are 4-3 and they're ranked 14. They dropped down from 6 to 14. San Francisco, they're 13 at 3-4. They dropped 2 spots from 11 to 13. At number 12, the Seattle Seahawks at a 4-3 record. They're 12. They were 20 last week. They moved up 8 spots. Wow.
Here comes the narrative.
Number 11 is the Miami Dolphins, 4-3. They went from 17 to 11. They moved up 6 spots. We have the number 10 Jets at 5-2. They were 13 last week. They moved up 3 spots to number 10. At number 9, we have the Tennessee Titans with a 4-2 record from last week, moving from 12 to number 9, up 3 spots. At number 8, the Cincinnati Bengals with a 4-3 record, moved from number 9 up 1 spot to number 8. At number 7, the Baltimore Ravens with a 4-3 record went up 1 spot from 8 to 7. At number 6, the New York Giants, who are 6-1, moved up.
Mm-hmm.
They moved down 1 spot. They was 5 last week. They moved down to number 6. Dallas Cowboys rounding off the top 5 at 5-2. The Cowboys at number 5. They moved up 2 spots from number 7. The number 4, Eric Smalls, the Minnesota Vikings are 5-1. They went to number 4. They was 4 last week. They stand fast.
Here
The
comes the
top
narrative.
3 teams by the Bleacher Report, Power NFL rankings. The Kansas City Chiefs at number 3, ranked at 5 and are ranked number 3 with a record of 5-2. They was 3 last week. They're 3 this week. They stayed fast. At number 2,
Here comes the narrative.
Buffalo Bills,
Here comes the narrative.
5-1. They were number 2 last week. They're number 2 this week. They're steadfast.
So I wonder who's number 1.
And at number 1, the 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles, 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 6-0. They are number 1. They were number 1 last week in the Bleacher Report. Forget all the other reports. The Bleacher Report has gotten it right. There is your power rankings for the NFL, baby. That's how it's supposed to be. Bleach, I knew somebody would get it right.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, it's not, Anthony. That list is perfectly correct, bro. There's no way they can have a team that's 6-0 and not at the top of the list, baby. Let's go. I knew I like Bleacher Report.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
I like the Bleacher, man. Bleacher, man. Don't you read nobody else's power rankings. You read the Bleacher Report power rankings because they got it right. They got it right. Let's go.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, everybody.
Let's go.
Don't allow.
Here come Eric. Here come the nonsense. ESPN is the correct list. Stop picking your list. I'm not picking my list. That's the list that came out by Bleacher.
ESPN, NFL, or credible sources.
No way Raiders and Packers are top 20. Oh, my God. Here we go. Thank you, Mr.
I keep on telling them that. That's what I keep on telling them, Eric.
You can't say I wish we played the Bills, man. I wish we
Yeah,
did.
that's the only way you sit up and take care of it. Head to head. Y'all might get a
But they
head
not
to
on
head
that. Yeah, at the end of the season, but they not on our
on the
schedule.
schedule. So
Luckily for them.
maybe,
Luckily for
maybe
them.
not. So
Luckily, we will never
we're
know until unless we have to see at the end of the
Super
season.
Bowl. Yep.
Hmm.
Uh, and maybe you can gauge it from Eric and them play them in 3 weeks. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see how let's see how you talk about we can't beat them. Let's see if y'all can beat them. Minnesota. Let's see if y'all can beat them because that's gonna say a whole lot. What's up, Zach? What up, Zach? What up, Zach? The funny thing is, Hurts can go 17-0 and still not be MVP. That's fine. We don't need individual accolades. We win a Super Bowl. We happy. We're happy. I know you nervous. You need to be. You need to be. You need to
so
be.
so real quick. So last week or a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how Deshaun Watson was again potentially facing another civil case.
What?
Um, in which, yeah, number 26. It was a woman that came out and stated that she had
This dude ain't never coming back.
she had she had no previous people. So she had came out and stated that she she was contacted by Deshaun online. Uh, he said, "But we'll never hear the end." So he's like, she was contacted by Deshaun Watson online while he was still in Houston, and he was invited to she was invited to a room to where she was to do the massage, have the massage session. So
Is she a masseuse?
she is a masseuse,
Okay.
presumably. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess that's, or she advertised herself as a masseuse.
Okay.
So, in during this massage session, allegedly, Deshaun Watson continuously pressured her and asked her to massage his private parts and to engage in intercourse with him. In which she relented and basically said no, she wouldn't. This is in 2018, uh, but supposedly, allegedly. Uh,
Why did we need to know all that? Why did she need to express that this
it
ain't
said
2000?
it said in the tone. So
That's what
uh
I'm saying. Why did she need to let us know that it wasn't too? Like, why did she have to? Why did she add that piece?
so eventually he pressured her into performing oral sex, right? So she pressured him. He was pressured. She was pressured into having oral sex, in which he paid $300 for the service, which she usually charges $115. But he gave her $300. So what was found out? So now what's going on is the Deshaun Watson's attorneys have filed exhibits as evidence to undermine her case, based on the fact of the Houston police interviewed her in 2021, considered her allegations, and then rejected them in 2001. They they rejected. So in November 2021, what happened is she made a statement to Deshaun
Eric,
Watson's attorney, right?
Eric is stupid.
She made a what do you say? Oh, the happy in this place here in Deshaun Watson. So she basically made a statement to Deshaun Watson's attorney, which which read as, "I wasn't scared. I wasn't intimidated. I didn't do anything I didn't want to do. I didn't do anything to where I didn't feel like it was not safe." So, but per her filing that she just did a couple of weeks ago, she stated that she was feeling anxiety and severe depression from the situation that she incurred with Mr. Watson. Uh, so additionally, what happened was, like I said, they started filings, and in these filings they presented these exhibits as evidence. It basically was text messages between the young lady and Deshaun Watson, that the woman wanted to enter into a relationship with Deshaun Watson.
The
And then,
plot thickens.
so the text messages say, now this is all alleged. We are not saying that the woman did or
But you
did
said
not
this
do
is,
any of things, but
but this
this
is
is all
text
alleged.
messages. Text
These
messages
is
though.
text messages
So
in which she said, I would love to be in love and love him. I don't want," oh, this is her talking to the paralegal. "I would love to be in love or love him. I don't want to be. I do not want to put criminal charges on him. I wasn't. It wasn't criminal. We were in there playing around, and that was what it. That's what it was. Um, I like to. What she said. I would like to see. Uh, well, so that was the message in which she gave what she said to the paralegal at the attorney's office while they was speaking for whatever reason. Um, Additionally, from December 2018, he shared another text message. He said he shared a text message that stated from her that said, "I would like to see you again. We should hang out." This was 11 days after the
The
alleged encounter,
right.
in December 2018. Then she further asked the question, "Can you invest in me?" Now, this is a direct message. Can you invest in me? Uh,
See, this is some. Here we go, bro. See.
of course, several months later, the woman then went on to make what appeared to be a sexual explicit offer to Watson in the text message. So basically, all this evidence was undeniably established that while there was a case of unrequited love, under no stretch of the imagination was a case of assault. So now you basically had this situation to where she has came forth and said, "Hey, he did this at the third to me. It was unconsensual, and yada yada yada." Now the text messages, the woman going forth and speaking to the attorney's paralegal and stating these things is like, what she think they forgot this stuff or what? So now presumably you have it to where Deshaun Watson's uh
Legal team.
legal team has entered these exhibits into evidence
Proof is in the
uh
pudding, baby.
to get rid of to for them to undermine and have the case thrown out for the
Proof
26
is
civil
in
case.
the pudding, baby. Because like 2018, bro, this is 2022. Why is you still like really?
So she I would say, what I'm saying, and
Come on,
again,
man.
our views do not reflect those of anyone else's.
Right.
I would say that what has happened is she's seen the bags and
Mhm.
she is like, I did just saying I was in the same situation with the same person. I want a bag too. And now you have a situation to where once the evidence is presented, receipts. That's what it seems like. Receipts, 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 receipts.
I know we ain't on basketball, man, but I gotta share this, man. I gotta share this.
Because all this you do is go and troll the NF. For me, look and see. Look at this.
Oh, oh my gosh. Bro, I'm not. bro. I can't make this stuff up, bro. This is what people are putting out on the. This is what people are putting out, bro. That's not me, man. That's what people are putting out, bro. I promise you, that was not me, bro. That was not me. That's funny, bro. That is.
That is so not funny.
Dre, you know you want to laugh it. Don't pass the ball. Put it down on the clipboard. Time out, ref. Time out. Time out. Time out. I bet you Russ didn't come to that huddle either. He want to know.
You know
Oh my
what?
God, bro. That man
Just wait.
couldn't buy a shot.
Russ, when you play tonight and get a triple double against the Denver Nuggets, we will report it. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe we report it tomorrow. I don't know. But when you get it, Russ, everyone's gonna have to bend the knee to you.
You know what? I'm rooting for Russ, man, because I'm tired of people talking about Russ, man. I am. I'm rooting for Russ, man. Just like you know what? I'm rooting for Russ. Just like I said, I was rooting for Justin Fields, man. Because I'm tired of them just clowning Russ, man. Because like,
Speaking of Justin Fields, what do you think about him? I think we briefly talked about it yesterday.
yeah,
Is
I
he
think
turning the corner
I
or
don't know, man. a bit early to say he turned in the corner, man. They got, I mean, like I said, that was a huge win of the night versus the Patriots, but that's still a long way to go, man. I mean, they still got some things to do. I'm hoping it's in the direction. Hopefully, he got his blinker on to turn the corner. Hopefully, the blinker's on.
He's sitting at the corner right now,
Yeah,
though.
he's sitting at the corner trying to make the turn. But we'll see, man. I don't know, man. For me, it's so crazy how I feel like I really do put him and Russ in the same predicament on the same bus, man, because they both seem like they just can't figure it out, get a win.
So
Get,
I know we tend to clown around and play and crack jokes or whatever,
mm-hmm,
but legitly,
mm-hmm.
with y'all schedule, what do you see y'all going for the rest of the season? You have the Steelers, the Texans, the Commanders, the Colts, the Packers, the Titans, the Giants, the Bears, the Cowboys again, the Saints again, and the Giants to end the season. Where do you see yourselves at over the course of the next 11 games? Legitly.
Legitly. So let me look at something real quick. So because yeah, I want to be 100%. I want to be transparent, and I definitely
Mm-hmm.
want. I don't want to be biased to the fact. So I feel like we'll beat the Steelers next week.
Okay.
I feel like we'll beat the Texans.
Mm-hmm. 2-0,
I feel like we'll beat the Commanders again.
3-0,
I feel like we'll beat the Colts.
4-0.
Wow, week what week we in week 8 right now, right? 8, 9, 10,
Yeah,
11,
go ahead.
12.
So
So
that'd be
week
week
12,
12.
week 12 we play the Packers. If the Packers have figured it out by then, that may be our first loss.
Okay.
Is the
So
Packers.
potentially 4-1, maybe
Titans might be our second loss.
4-2.
By then, we talk about week 14, I think it is. 12, 13, 14. Yeah,
Yeah.
14, the
So
Giants.
5 more. You'll have 4 more games. 5 more games at this point.
Yeah, the Giants, I think they will be exposed by then. I don't think they'll keep this run that they got going on, this 6-1 record that they got going on,
So 5
500.
and 2.
So we'll probably beat the Giants because we still got to play them twice, right? Yes.
Yes.
So
5 and 2.
that game is in New York.
Mm-hmm.
We might depending on you, we could possibly lose that game. I don't see it,
Oh,
but we could
the
possibly.
Giants game
Yeah, in New
with the
York.
finals. Okay.
No, it's in New York. That game is in New
Okay.
York.
Okay.
That first
Four
one is in
three.
New
So
York.
okay.
Yeah.
4-3.
We'll beat the Bears. We'll beat the
5-3.
Cowboys. Oh no, we play the Cowboys at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So we could possibly lose that one.
5-4.
We beat the Saints,
six
and then
four,
we'll beat the Giants at home.
7-4. So potentially looking at 13-4 for the year
Yeah, that's real.
with the AFC East championship
Right.
NFC East. I'm sorry,
NFC
NFC East
East.
championship.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely. 13-4. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm. But hold on. Oh, but you've already spoken.
I
That was your
believe.
truth.
But you know what?
That
Let
was
me
your
actually go and look
yeah,
at the
yeah, that was
schedule
your
simply. See, like
that was your
I know
truth.
what I want. I know
Right.
what I
I got the
want. You
Rams
know, what I'm saying
next.
just simply go
Y'all
that.
got Rams this weekend.
Let's see. Let me look at.
Y'all getting that dub
So I would
in
like to
LA.
say yes in
In
LA.
LA. Mm-hmm. In LA.
Probably not.
Okay. Then y'all got the Chargers at home.
So the Chargers are coming. I think we get a W with the Chargers against the Chargers.
At home for y'all.
Yes.
Then y'all at home. Y'all got the next 4 games at home. So y'all got the Chargers after the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all on the road in the Rams this weekend. Then y'all got the Chargers at home. You said y'all take that. Then y'all got the
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals at home.
Mm-hmm. We beat the Cardinals.
Then y'all got the Saints at home. At y'all place in San Francisco.
We beat the Saints.
Then y'all got the
So that's
Dolphins.
3-1.
Then y'all got the Dolphins at home and in San Francisco.
I don't think. So that's 3-2. I don't think we
Okay.
beat the Dolphins.
Okay. Then y'all got the Bucks in San Francisco. That's your last home game. Y'all got 5 home games. 1, 2,
4-2.
3, 4, 5. Okay, y'all got the Bucks, and then y'all travel to Seattle.
5-2.
Then y'all go, then y'all come back home and play the Commanders.
6-2.
Then y'all go to Las Vegas.
2. 7-2.
How do y'all play the Cardinals at home twice? Then y'all play the Cardinals again. How y'all get the Cardinals twice in San Francisco? That's got to be wrong. There's no way y'all play them twice at home.
It could have been because they played twice. They played in Arizona twice last year due to the fires or something.
Oh, okay. Well, then y'all end the season with the Cardinals back in San Francisco.
Uh, 7-3 maybe.
So 7-3. That
10
makes
to
y'all
7.
10 to
10 to
7.
7.
Okay.
So I think, like I said, 10 to 7, 11-6, 1-2. So it's
Mm-hmm.
getting back to where we was last year.
Okay.
But that would make us a wild card in which
Oh, okay. Depending
because
on yeah.
but it depends on where Seattle. I mean, currently Seattle leads the division currently, and so
Right.
of course we can't omit.
Seattle leads the division.
Yeah, they're 4-3.
Oh wow.
San Francisco led the division the last 2 weeks, but last week's loss.
Into this last loss this weekend
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Wow. Seattle leads the division with what's his name?
Yes.
With
With what's your name?
um
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. That's it. Wow. That's crazy. Seattle leading the division. Wow, that's crazy.
So we get close to it. Bishop, you already registered to vote for your stuff in your area. Do you do the voting
No,
for it? You don't
no,
do that part.
no, I don't. Not that part. I ain't gonna lie.
Bless you, brother.
Thank
So,
you.
of course, that's our show for today. We greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all know where to find us every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours. Right here, give you sports commentary, our
13
what
to
we
4.
feel and what we think. Who
This dude, man.
that's
Hold on, Trey.
Eric.
You know what? We're not
That's
finna
Eric.
do this. Yeah, let's be realistic. Hold on, man. Let's stop the music real quick because this dude here, man, he be on some other stuff. Let's stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Let's see what these Vikings got left. So he's saying they're gonna go 13 and 4. He's giving them the same record as us, which is kind of blasphemous. But let's look at the Viking schedule, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
see if they could possibly make
Reel off
Eric's
13 and
prediction.
4.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Let's keep it 100. Let's see if the Vikings can really keep that record in which he's throwing out there. So they have the Cardinals next week or this week. Is it this week? No,
Yeah.
no, no. They all Oh no, they got the Cardinals. The 30. The 30th ain't this week, is it?
No. That. Yeah. That's this
Yeah, it
weekend.
is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so they got the Cardinals this weekend. What you
Mm.
think? In
Cardinals.
Minnesota. In Minnesota.
I think they could get the W. I'll give them
Yeah,
that 1-0.
I'll give them that. Do they? Because D Hop is back.
He is back, but that's all they got for the most part.
Yeah. Well, they got Ertz.
Oh, they got Ertz. They got Connor's supposed to be back.
Yeah. AJ's still there
I just think
right now.
I think they got. I don't think they have the defense can keep up with their receiving core. Justin Jefferson is on one, so that's the only reason I say that. So
Okay.
that's the
And
only reason I gave them that.
can they stop Cook too? Okay. Then they got Washington at Washington, the Commanders. We know Carson Wentz ain't playing, so it's gonna be.
Yeah, he's not playing. Tyler Hayden Key's back. He already got a W. I
give him that win.
2-0.
Washington, yeah.
No,
They play
2-1.
Yep, they not beating Buffalo. They not beating. I don't think they beating Dallas.
2-2.
Yep. The Patriots, they probably get a win. They got the Patriots
3-2.
after that. The Jets in Minnesota, but it's the Jets.
5-2 Jets.
5-2 Jets. That's what I'm saying.
I would think that. So
I'm giving it to the Jets, man. I think the Jets can pull off a win.
3-3.
Okay. Detroit. and in Detroit, Golf
So,
and them.
so this is a bit. I think this is gonna be
This is a big rival between Minnesota and
yes
Detroit. This is a huge rival team game right here.
to where they might Detroit could potentially stand up for this.
Right. Absolutely, absolutely.
Uh, I'm willing to give it to Detroit for to go put them 3-4, but I think they backdoor and get a win in Indy the next week, which will put
Okay,
them back at 4-4 anyway, which
okay.
leaves them with
With the
three
Giants
games, the Giants, the Packers, and the
and the
Chicago
Bears,
Bears, in which I don't foresee them. We would hope or we would think that saying that Giants are still even
who they
somewhat
are.
formidable.
That's
Yeah, who
Christmas
they've been
Eve
showing
too.
us. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve.
So that can be a 4-5.
We
Green
not
Bay,
hate. We keeping it 100.
Green Bay, they might
We
be
definitely
able
gonna
to.
know who Green Bay is by then. So
Yeah, so if we
yeah,
look at who Green Bay has been, that's a 5-5.
that's New
And
Year's
then,
Day
yeah, and then of course the last game, Chicago. If
in
Chicago
Chicago.
reverts back, that can be 6-5. So they can end up finishing at what's that, 10-7,
10-7. That's more
a
realistic.
little off with 13-4.
Oh yeah, little 10-7. That sounds more realistic there, Eric. I'm just saying, in my opinion.
I mean, they've been formidable, like they've been doing
They
exactly
have.
what we
They
did
have.
not think about when we talked about the Minnesota at the beginning of the year. We did not think they were going to be who they are currently. So
Right.
they're almost at the half point. One more game, one more week, and they will be at the half point of the season. Uh, so next week we'll be looking and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying. So and look at so Zach on the same thing for real, 6-5, 7-4, or 7-4, which
See,
is
that's
basically one game off of what you look at it. I know
Dallas
Eric,
Bills that would be the only losses.
like they've done exactly what Eric has said for the most part. We talked differently for the most part. They did exactly that. Of course, they didn't beat Philadelphia, but besides that, they've been rolling every week. Eric's able to say
10-7.
whatever
Y'all.
team,
Okay.
holla at me.
I don't know. You said Dallas. He said Dallas, Bills, and Giants is
Are
the
the
only
only
team that
losses. Those are only guarantee losses,
the
maybe.
guarantee. There you go. I'll give you that.
Those
The
are only guaranteed.
guarantee losses that I see.
Well, I wouldn't even necessarily say the Giants first, or even the. I mean, even though we say it, but I think y'all have a chance. The only one that I think is guaranteed without a reasonable doubt is Buffalo, but we could be wrong, or we could.
I think Dallas is going to be. I think Dallas because it's on the road. They playing in Minnesota, so I don't know. Minnesota could probably win that. They have an opportunity to win that. That you're right. It's on the road. I mean, Minnesota's playing at home, so I don't know. I do. Yeah, Bills is definitely. I feel like Bills is definitely a ill. But you sleeping. I'm gonna be honest with you, Eric. You sleeping on the Jets. I really feel like you sleeping on the Jets, bro.
And it's
I
like
really feel
they
like that
picked
you
up
sleeping on
Brian.
the Jets.
They picked up Robinson, which
They
is
did
not
just
a
pick up
bad.
Robinson.
It's not
Yep.
a bad pickup to
That is not.
replace Brees Hall.
That's right. That is a huge pickup because Brees Hall's out for the season. I think. I really, man. I don't know. I don't know. Unless injuries happen, we can beat Dallas, but the defense is real and Kirk going forward. And that's y'all's Achilles heel right there. Kirk. That's y'all Achilles heels. He's going to determine whether y'all go that 10-7 or that 13-4,
Yeah.
which you talking about.
You don't know if you like that,
That part, that
or
part.
oh, what was that? You don't know what
Yeah,
you're gonna get.
yeah, with that dude. That's the whole issue right there. Is Kirk. If y'all can hold on, if Kirk can play ball like he's been playing, then continue to do what he's been doing outside of what he did against us. And that's the thing. Dallas's defense is considered better than ours. So if Dallas's defense is considered better than ours, and we only allowed y'all 7 points with Kirk Cousins, what do you think Dallas is going to do? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We allowed y'all 7 points. I'm just saying. Kirk Cousins, he's that dude. I bet you saw will slow down Jefferson. We'll see. We'll see, man. But again, like Trey said, man, we thank y'all for tuning in to First Formation. As he said, Monday through Friday, 09 to $1,100. For you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all be sure to continue to follow us every day. Check out First Formation. Don't be late, man. You don't want to get a 4856, man. Have to sign that block. So with that, y'all have a great Wednesday. Enjoy your hump day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Have a great one. And we love you. And we out this piece, man. It's your boy Sean, aka Bishop, aka the GOAT, aka Zalos, Cyro Phi Military Fraternity Incorporated. What you got for him, Trey?
We
You
greatly
mute.
appreciate y'all. Greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us today. We look forward to continuing to get with y'all. Tap in, fall in, and y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's we hope to see you in Weekends Eve. One.
Peace.